Story kept Draymond Green, according to different sources, wants and believes he deserves a maximum contract.
Big money.
Big money. He wants a 4-year contract extension from the Warriors, and he'll be eligible to sign August 4th. But the main thing with this, though, you got to think about it. They have to pay so many people right now. Okay. Andrew Wiggins, he needs an extension. Jordan Poole needs an extension. And then they have a whole lot of players making a whole lot of money. Like Klay Thompson is going to be making $43 million this next season, and Green has a player option for $30 million. First of all, he did not look good in the finals.
He had a rocket finals for sure.
He did. It all depends on. Listen, they could technically get this done. It just all depends on if the Warriors are willing to pay. Because we all agree that he's a vital part of what they do. I think everybody agrees with that. But for 4 years, I don't know about 4 years. He's already older. It's the years for me, and of course the number. Like max, I don't know.
What's he eligible for? As far as the max, because it's different tiers.
Yeah. So
he's
set to make 25, well, basically like 26 million if you round it up this season, and he'll be due around 28 million for 23-24, but it's a player option. So he could decline and become a free agent that next summer, or they could extend him. So if he were to opt out of the final year of his deal, and they give him a max extension, he will be worth $138 million for 4 years.
Okay.
So including this upcoming season, and they do the extension, he will be making $164 million over the next 5 years, including what he has right now. But they just extended him. It'll be $164. Right now, though, the indications are that the Warriors have no plans to offer him that extension, and there isn't any type of traction right now. However, the one person that is kind of vouching for it is Steph Curry.
Of course.
Steph Curry is vouching for it. And say that that they do not offer Green the extension. How will he behave in the locker room? We know Green does have a voice. He openly defied Steve Kerr before. I mean, he is a voice. He is probably the biggest voice in there. So, how would that affect the team chemistry? Will he demand a trade if they don't offer him an extension? Again, if he declines it, I don't see many teams wanting to pick him up.
I don't know.
He could probably go somewhere, but not for the type of money he's seeking, though. If he wants to try to compete, he's probably not going to get that type of money. But if he wants to just go and try to get the money, he could probably go to like a Sacramento or something like that, that has money to give.
Right.
That's the type of team I see. But if he wants to compete, he's not going to get that type of money. Now, the Warriors have already lost some key players. They got lost Otto Porter Jr. They lost Gary Payton II. Even Baisi is gone. So, ideally, it'll be great if they can keep all these players together. It's just that I don't think the front office is willing to pay all that luxury tax money. Because they extend everybody, they'll be paying at least almost $400 million. That's way too much. So
I know. Let me get an extension too, guys, or just a short contract. If you're gonna give Draymond that.
And honestly, he's doing so well in media right now. I mean, dude, once your contract runs out, he can just literally go to the media. He has a contract at TNT right now. I mean, like, he can literally just go do that.
Yeah.
Because do you honestly see the Warriors being... The West is about to get tougher. I don't see them being like contenders like that. I mean, they'll be contenders, yeah. But it's going to be harder. You got the Clippers coming back. Don't ever want to count out LeBron and AD and what they may do. Whatever they do with Russ, whatever they do. I do like Darvin Ham. The Grizzlies can count them out. The Mavericks. There's some
There's some talent out there, yeah.
Yeah. So
this is my outlook on this whole Draymond extension situation. I understand why he wants the extension. I understand the impact that he has on the team, because without him, and we saw maybe these past few seasons with Clay being out with injury, Draymond being out with injury, and it was just Steph. Then it wasn't Steph. They're a completely different team, and I can't deny that Draymond's voice carries a lot for this team. The issue is that what he does is very important, and without him, I don't think they win a championship this year. But at the same time, there's no way they can afford to pay him that much money and not bring in the talent, the other guys that need to win. Like GP played a huge role throughout the playoffs, and Andrew Wiggins, like you said, these other young guys, Jordan Poole. There are a lot of players that they need to take care of, or have the room to sign another, 3-and-D type of guy, because they need the guys that fit the system. And if Draymond takes that much money, it doesn't leave a lot of room for that. I don't see this.
It doesn't. And when the rookie deals expire for like Kuminga and Moody and what's a big man named Wiseman, that contract leads into what you need to do for them. So you really got to start thinking about the future, because it depends how much do you want to go over your salary cap. How much luxury tax is that owner willing to pay? So
if I'm Golden State, I'm giving him a compromise, because I do value as an organization. Yeah, of course, like 100%. But also at the same time, you have to understand, I can't pay you that much over 4 years and get other guys to win the chip. That's just not how that works. I'm sorry. It's got to be sacrifice.
Yeah.
And I would be willing to,
give him. Right, you keep going.
You got to give him like half of that for over 4 years. Even, and maybe this is not a good comparison, but we did just see James Harden renegotiate his contract to, quote unquote, help the team.
Yeah, you got to talk about that. But yeah, you're right. But let me say this: do you really want to give a max extension to a player that, okay, last season averaged 7.5 points, 7.3 rebounds, 7 assists.
Oh man.
1.3 blocks, 1.1 blocks, 1.3 steals. I ain't go back a season before that. Let's look at 2020. He played 63 games that season. Oh yeah, I forgot. Last season he got injured. He played 46 games on that season.
Yeah.
Season before that he played 63 games, so we got a larger sample size. This is what he averaged: 7 points, 7 rebounds, almost 9 assists. That's good. 1.7 steals and 0.8 blocks. I ain't even mentioned the field goal and shooting percentages. From threes, 27%. From the fields, 44, 27. This past season, he shot a little higher percentage though. He shot 52.5 and 29.6. And my thing is this a max level player right here? The last time Draymond averaged double digits was back in 2017.
Sheesh.
He averaged 11 points in 2017. That's it. Now, he does do a lot for you defensively. But to be a max level player, you gotta provide some more for me. You were not. Was he in the running for defensive player of the year last year?
Not that I know
He
of.
wasn't. One, because he didn't play enough games.
Yeah.
He's 32 years old, and he want to give you a 4-year contract extension. There's no guarantee you can even keep up this level of production. Based on what I last saw you.
Yeah. Very true.
That's not max player salary to me. Now, what this contract does seem to me is like, pay me for what I've done for you. It's almost like the Lakers did for Kobe.
True.
Almost like how the Lakers did Kobe. Because that contract is about, like, Kobe's done so much for us. Just going to pay him. Because he was an older, declining asset himself. If they do this, it'll be because of what you've done for us. Not more like what you're going to do. So that's their decision. They got to make that decision. And we can play a game real quick. Would you rather extend Andrew Wiggins or Draymond Green?
I gotta take Wig.
I think there's no question. I mean, yeah.
I get Draymond's perspective, I think, on this. And yeah, he's done a lot for the organization. Probably has already sacrificed. But when you talked about Kobe, for example, getting that contract at the later half of his career, that's the franchise player. And even as important as Draymond is, and stats don't always tell the whole story, especially with him.
Right.
But he is not the franchise player. We know that's Steph Curry. We know after that it's Klay Thompson. Draymond, and when Kevin Durant was there, it was Kevin Durant. You know what I mean? Draymond's like that third, fourth, fifth guy that's as far as the hierarchy. And it's no disrespect, but that's his role.
Yeah,
and what he does for the team is so valuable, but at the same time, that type of persona that he is for the team doesn't translate into huge amount of dollars. Because at the end of the day, if anyone gets that type of farewell, you've done so much for us type of contract, like a Kobe type of deal at the end of his career, it's gonna be Steph. Or it's gonna be Klay. It's gonna be those guys because Draymond, like I said, I know his impact as far as like his voice and toughness, mentality. It's automatic. You can't deny that. But at the end of the day, Klay and Steph were the guys who were putting up 25, 30, 35 a game at the end of the day. And if you don't get that first, you're that's it. You don't get half of these championships that they have at this point.
Yep. And we can keep going with that too. So you say you'd rather extend Andrew over Draymond. I agree. Would you rather extend Jordan Poole or Draymond?
Yeah.
These are no-brainer questions here.
Yeah.
I'd rather extend Jordan Poole. All right, this could be questionable. Would you rather extend Klay Thompson or Draymond Green? Before you answer, let me go ahead and give you what Klay's done. Klay has not played the past 3 seasons. He played this past season. He only played 32 games. He averaged 20 points, about 4 rebounds, 3 assists. He shot 42 from the field, 38 from 3. And then the last time he played 2018, he was 21 and a half, about 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and he was 40% from 3, 46% from the field. Klay has not been playing for like 3 seasons, and he put up those numbers. Draymond hasn't had a stopgap in his career like that. So, yeah. So which one you rather stand, Klay Thompson or Draymond Green?
I mean, Klay Thompson's already making a lot of money.
He is.
But
But they can still extend him to, he qualifies for the extension.
Yeah, Klay is no brainer. It's literally a no brainer because of you can't deny that 21.5 points or 20 points this season, and on top of having a 3-year gap because of injury, he came back and they won the championship. So
yeah,
it's very clear.
It is, and honestly, if he does try to opt out, he's the most valuable to the Warriors. He's not gonna find that value anywhere else, honestly. With the system and Steve Kerr, that's when his career really took off. With Steve Kerr, there's no guarantee
with that organization, and
right.
He's not going to translate if he were to go anywhere else. I don't think he'll go anywhere.
It's hard to see if it translates to some other team. It's hard to see it. Like I said, based right now, I would probably not pay him more than, because that's a lot what he's asking for. I would try to negotiate 20, 25 a year. And now include some bonuses if he does some things, like he makes all defensive team or
some
all
incentive,
NBA. Yeah, I'll include some incentives in there, and then that could probably push him up to the 30. That's what I would probably try to negotiate with, because he's not. Because other thing with a max contract player is like, okay, if I sign you this max contract, if I were to put you on the trade market, I should be able to get some type of max value in return. If they put Steph Curry on the market, they'll definitely get some max return, right? If you put Andrew out there, you get more return. That's valuable. Jordan Poole, more return. That'll be valuable. When Draymond Green goes out there, you're not going to get the same value for teams to try to trade him for. Because you have to match the salaries. There's no other player on that level with that salary is going to be like, oh, a team's not going to logically think like, hey, I'd rather have Draymond Green than this player I have right here. I'd rather have Draymond Green than Zach LaVine, or Draymond Green than DeMar DeRozan.
Right.
No offense to Draymond Green here. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Now, media-wise, we talking about sports media stuff? Oh, yeah. Draymond value is way up there. So.
New media.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's no disrespect to Draymond, but it's just that's a hard ask. I think for any team, whether it was the Warriors or not, that's a hard ask for him.
Yeah, it's just a business.
What up? Thank you for tuning in to the Swish Masters Podcast, and thank you to our sponsor, SS96. Visit ss96.net
and use the promo code Swish Masters for 15% off. Yeah, that's right. You heard me right. 15% off on all store items. Hats, hoodies, t-shirts, whatever you need, SS96 has it. Also, don't forget to go and check out that music from Straight Stoner, produced by yours truly. You know what it is, Gut Gang, mobbing, sleepwalking. We out here. Thank you.